All right, good evening, viewers. You're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Chaudhary. So what happened today was massive furor because a lot of people who own food carts in the city of Ahmedabad, food vendors, got together and created a huge ruckus because the Ahmedabad municipality decided to remove the food carts. Now, the municipality is under the BJP. The BJP has come out and said there might be a rethink, but there's massive politics. Here's more. For a long time, vegetarians and non-vegetarians have existed peacefully, living in harmony in India. But these are polarizing times, so why should food be left out? It's often said everything is political, even food. And the latest political blowout in the state of Gujarat has food as its flashpoint. The Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation has decided to remove non-vegetarian food stalls, even those selling eggs from public roads and those operating 100 meters from schools and religious places.
આજની ટાઉન પ્લાનિંગ કમિટીની અંદર નિર્ણય કરવામાં આવ્યો છે કે ભાઈ અમદાવાદ શહેરના મુખ્ય માર્ગો જે છે તેના ઉપર ઈંડા, નોનવેજ, મટન, માછલી આ તમામ લારીઓ દૂર કરવામાં આવશે.
After Vadodara, Rajkot, Bhavnagar and Junagadh, Ahmedabad is the fifth Gujarat city to ban sale of non-vegetarian food in the open. Tuesday morning saw food carts selling non-vegetarian foods being seized and removed in the city. Livelihood of as many as 6,000 food cart operators in Ahmedabad selling meat and egg products stand to be affected. The Street Vendors Association has called it a violation of the Street Vendors Act. The backlash over the decision resulted in massive protests in Ahmedabad by street vendors, with the opposition, the Congress, jumping in.
ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल स्टैट्यूटरी राइट है नागरिक का इस देश का कि किसको क्या खाना, कहाँ रहना, क्या पहनना, कौन सी भाषा बोलना, ये तो बंधारण में या तो फिर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ने दिया हुआ राइट है. तो सवाल ये है कि ये भाजपा पूरे समाज का ध्रुवीकरण करने जुटी है.
Under pressure by a strong political lobby of migrants and daily wagers, the BJP, which is in charge of the Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, has been forced into a rethink. With the new Gujarat Chief Minister, Bhupendra Patel, clarifying that the state government has no problem with different food habits of people and that the decision was taken with hygiene and civic issues in mind.
हमारे तो कोई वेज खाए, कोई नॉन वेज खाए, એનાથી અમારો પ્રશ્ન ના હોય, પણ લારીમાં વેચાતો ખાદ્ય પદાર્થ એ સ્વાસ્થ્યને હાનિકારક ના હોય એટલા પૂરતી જ વાત છે. ટ્રાફિકને અડચણ રૂપ હોય એવી ક્યાંક લારી હટાવવાની થતી હોય તો એ પાલિકા, મહાનગરપાલિકા હટાવે.
Ahmedabad is not the first city in Gujarat to impose a ban on non-vegetarian food carts. 4 cities in the state have already implemented the same. The state of Gujarat has a sizable and a vocal vegetarian population. The percentage of vegetarians is much more in Gujarat than in other states. However, if one looks at cold statistics of India, then India as a whole is not primarily a vegetarian country, but has the highest number of vegetarians in the world. However, only 30% of women and 22% of men are vegetarian, as per the National Family Health Survey conducted by the Government of India. Gujarat is also not the first state to curtail the selling of meat. Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Assam are some of the other states that have attempted to put strong curbs on the selling of meat products, with the state of Madhya Pradesh even removing eggs from midday meals of children in a state where a large number of them are malnourished. India has been a country where our love for food has bound us beyond political and religious beliefs. Would it be correct to try and enforce a vegetarian state? That is food for thought. Bureau Report, India Today. So Ahmedabad is not the first city in Gujarat to ban open sale of non-vegetarian, including eggs. There have been other cities right now where the ban was imposed just about 2 weeks ago. In Ahmedabad, there's been a lot of protest, and now the BJP, which runs the municipality in the city, is on a rethink. Let's cut across to our panelists. I have Patel, spokesperson, BJP Gujarat. I have Zakia Soman, activist. Very soon we'd also be joined by Deepal, a senior journalist. Mr. Patel, I want to begin with you, and I want to ask you, what was the game plan of banning non-vegetarian food, banning eggs, these carts which are selling these products in Ahmedabad? And before that, you've already done it in 3 other cities. Why is my question.
No, Preeti, the word banned is wrongly portrayed here. Our government never differentiate on the basis of vegetarian and non-vegetarian habits. It's wholly the choice of an individual. The disturbing voice are a symbol of fakeness. Our government has made a clear statement regarding removal of the lorries. Yesterday, Honorable CM Bhupendra Patel clarified the whole thing, and today, in a press conference, our state president C.R. Patel have also clearly said that the street vendor will never suffer. Our government is a government that believes in a spreading happiness. It is just a protocol, and we are concerned about the hygiene of the food. There is no matter of veg or non-veg. It is wrongly portrayed here. That's all I want to say.
No, I want to ask you, so what is the order? Because, we played that reaction. Now the Ahmedabad municipality says very clearly that an order has been passed to remove all carts which serve non-vegetarian food, which serve eggs, to be completely banned. This is a municipality which you run.
No. Yesterday, Honorable CM has talked with all the mayors of municipal corporation and clearly instructed that there should not be demarcation of the lorries on the basis of veg and non-veg food. Those lorries are coming in between the roads, or they are obstacle to the transport or other system, or the food is unhygienic. Then only these lorries are
tell me something, sir. Mr. Patel, tell me something. In cities like Vadodara, in cities like Rajkot, yes, this ban is already in place. There are no food carts which serve non-vegetarian there.
No, it is not right. Preeti, as I said earlier, the Honorable CM has given the clear instruction about this. There won't be any demarcation on the basis of veg and non-veg food. Those lorries, irrespective of veg or non-veg, those are violating the rules of Street Vendors Act. They will be removed. The non-veg lorries will not be removed.
Just stay on with me, because there's a bit of confusion here, because there is no clarity on what the order is then.
Today, our state president C.R. Patel has also cleared, and yesterday in a public function, Honorable CM has also cleared that.
Today morning, why did the municipality seize carts which was selling non-vegetarian foods? Told them that
is not because of they were selling the non-vegetarian food, but that was something because of violation of the Street Vendor Act. They were on the roads, or the food were unhygienic, or the other reason. It is not on the basis of
the mayor of Ahmedabad. Sir, the mayor of Ahmedabad has come out and said, maybe now there's a correction, and I totally understand. But till now, the official version was that non-vegetarian food, the civic issues caused was because the smell is too strong, it corrupts the young. Those were the explanations given by your government. But stay with me. I'll come back to you, sir. I want to cut across to Zakia Soman, who's also with us. Ms. Soman, how does, say, the citizen of Gujarat right now, for somebody who lives in Ahmedabad, who lives in Rajkot, Vadodara, view what is happening right now?
So, Preeti, it is quite irrational and inhuman and undemocratic, all the three at the same time. Irrational because the corporation should be in the business of providing better roads, providing better facilities, providing better infrastructure. The corporation should not be, in this kind of a business. That is one. Second, it is quite inhuman because there are, just in the city of Ahmedabad, there are some 7,000 to 8,000, food cart vendors. So that means 7,000 to 8,000 families depend on this as a livelihood. And the Prime Minister has been talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat. So these food cart vendors are the people who are small business owners, in my eyes and in the eyes of all of us, who sort of are, not in the politics of ideological aspects of things about which food should be eaten and which should not be eaten. So these are, you know, people working, making an honest living in the informal economy. And as we all know, our country is, you know, the basis of our economy. Large sections of people are, crores and crores of people are working in the informal sector, and food cart vendors are part of that. And it is undemocratic because it is not for the corporation to decide whether one can have non-vegetarian food or vegetarian food. It's not for the corporation to, you know, impose these kind of ideologically driven, politically driven agendas. So it's absurd, but it's quite tragic, and that's why, you know, it's not laughable. And the human toll involved in this, because of the livelihoods of thousands and thousands of families. This began first in Baroda, Priti, and it has been all over the newspapers for the last 4-5 days. And then it went on to Rajkot, and now it has come to Ahmedabad. And as you know, we are going to have an election very soon. So I think some council has prevailed, some wiser council has prevailed within the party, and they are trying to sort of do damage control. But the fact remains that the vendors, those who are running these food carts, not just the non-vegetarian ones, even the vegetarian ones, they have faced a lot of harassment from this kind of, you know, staff of the corporation who are pressurizing them and who are throwing away, you know, sort of taking away their carts. They're towing them away. So it's like a question of livelihood being robbed of the bona fide citizens of the state.
All right.
So I mean, there are so many issues converging here, and I really hope that there have been some statements from the chief minister and from the party chief, you know, yesterday and today. And I really hope that, you know, this kind of things are put to a halt immediately.
All
and
right.
these kind
so
of things
maybe there's been a rethink. Okay, Mr. Patel wants to come in. Mr. Patel, the fact is, you know, with whatever little data we've collated, about 6,000 street food cart vendors operate right now in the city of Ahmedabad. It's over 6,000. Now, livelihood of many of those stand to be affected. But on the other side, many are also suggesting this is constitutional overreach, no executive overreach, where the state of Gujarat is concerned. You say nothing like that has happened, but I want to once again go back. It's happened in Vadodara, it's happened in Rajkot, and now it's Ahmedabad. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
First of all, I do not agree with Zakia, because there is nothing to do with elections. We will fight election on the basis of development and with our able leadership. So there is nothing to do with election in this particular regards. And again, we always think of helping such poor people in their livelihood, and there is no legal impediment to any man selling anything within the ambit of the law. So as I told earlier also, if there is a violation of Street Vendor Act, or it's about the hygiene, or they are obstructing the roads, then and then only the action has been taken, or it will be taken. There will be no demarcation on the basis of veg or non-veg, non-vegetarian food, and it is very loud and clear, and it is, the message is given by Honorable CM also, and it is conveyed to the concerned corporations and the officials also.
When was this conveyed to the officials? Because till this morning, the mayor of Ahmedabad was... Hear my question out. Because till this morning, the mayor of Ahmedabad was under the impression that there is a direct order to remove all food carts from the streets of Ahmedabad, all non-vegetarian serving food carts, including eggs. Now, this was something which has been followed in Vadodara and already followed in Rajkot. Is there now going to be a removal of this law? Because it's a self-imposed law by the Gujarat government.
No, there won't be removal of any single lorry on the basis of veg or non-veg food. This is very much loud and clear, and the instruction has been given to each of corporation of Gujarat and all the officials. So whatever the mayor has said, it is not on the basis of non-veg food. It is the basis of the violation of Street Vendors Act. That's it.
Sir, tell me something. One of the main reasons that was given earlier was that it corrupts the young. How does serving of non-vegetarian food corrupt the young?
No. I don't agree with that statement, and that I think that was the individual statement of that person. who has given this statement.
So your party
Otherwise,
person.
Government of Gujarat is very much clear about it, that we won't demark any street vendor on the basis of veg and non-veg food. That is very much clear.
All right. Zakia Soman, I want to come back to you now. Under the Street Vendors Act, now there is this fine print which can be seen in, when you see it in legality, if a street vendor does not have a license, he cannot operate. Now, one of the reasons that the street vendors are saying is that the non-vegetarian serving vendors are being targeted because most of them don't operate with a license.
So it's not just about the street vendors, it's about the city and the people of the city. So on the one hand, we are talking about smart cities, and on the other hand, we are sort of wishing away the people who are the city dwellers. So 6,000 to 7,000 cart vendors are in Ahmedabad. So that means there are that many people, customers who are eating that food, no? So when you are giving licenses, you need to give licenses. You may make those safe zones and hygienic zones and all that, but you should look at the population of the city. You should look at the demand of the city dwellers or the citizens. If the citizens want to eat non-veg food, you should provide hygienic facilities, the infrastructure for the vendors to be able to supply those kind of needs. So you cannot say that the city needs some 10,000 carts, and you are giving licenses only to 1,000, and then you are sort of criminalizing the 9,000 who are left out. So the city has it has a population of some 55 to 60 lakh, or maybe more than that. And the city has a lot of diversity. People from all over live here. And people have all kinds of food choices.
So, before I go, I want to ask, we're short of time, but I want to ask Mr. Patel one very quick question. And sir, please answer that. The diktat in the morning was also that those who serve non-vegetarian and eggs need to cover their food completely. They cannot display it. Yeah. Does that still hold? Yes or no?
No. It is not. It is not about non-veg or veg food. It is not about non-veg. It is for all the lorries that food has to be hygienic and it has to be covered. That's it.
Okay, it has to be covered. All right. Okay. Appreciate both of you for joining us. We're going to look in deeper in this because till the morning, before there was massive protest by street vendors in Ahmedabad, the call was by the municipality, the Ahmedabad municipality, which is run by the BJP, to remove all non-vegetarians serving food carts. It's already happened in other cities in Gujarat. But there have been massive backlash to it. And now it seems that the BJP government in Gujarat has had a rethink. We'll keep a keen eye. A quick break. Up next is Rahul Kanwar.